Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this evening's yoga class. My name is Nicole Romero, and I've been teaching yoga and Ayurvedic wellness since 2009 as a way to bring myself and to bring others back in harmony with the universal energies of love, compassion, patience, and an inner connection to the heart chakra. So take a moment to turn off all distractions. And give yourself complete permission to be here and now, in the present moment, without any thoughts of the past. Let them stay in the past. And also disconnecting from anything that will happen in the future. Fears, anxiety, ambition, anything that stays in the future, let's keep it there. So for the next hour, we're going to be in this moment, completely aware of our breath and aware of our body. So allow ourselves to gently close your eyes, resting your hands on your knees, thumbs and pointer fingers together. Sitting up tall and drawing the shoulders back and down. As we begin to ground our energies, place the tongue on the roof of the mouth and begin to take deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Perhaps you can hear an ocean-like sound in the back of the throat as your Ujjayi pranayama. And this breathing technique allows us to clear ama from the digestive tract, from the lungs, ama's toxins. And we're going to carry that breath with us throughout all class, from one pose to the next, like a poem, moving us in and out of the asanas and the postures. And if at any point there's a yoga pose that doesn't feel right to you, then stop and come out of it and find any comfortable position that works for you. Continue to deepen the breath and then place the right hand on the heart, blanket it with your left hand, bringing your chin to your chest, looking down at the ground. So gently open your eyes. Sitting up tall, inhale, bring your hands out, around and up above your head. Exhale and bring your hands to your heart. Okay, again, inhale, hands out, around and up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Let's take the right hands over to the left knee. Sit up tall and bring the left hand back by your sacrum. Inhale and lengthen up. Exhale, send the gaze back over the left shoulder. Begin to bring in that Ujjayi breathing. Inhales, exhales through the nose. And feel as it moves down towards the stomach. So the belly rises on the inhale and it settles on the exhale. Perhaps you can make your breath to a 4 count in and a 4 count out, known as the Samavritti, equal breath in, equal breath out, pranayama. Come back to center. Take your left hand over to your right knee and your right hand back. And then again, sit up tall. And from this place, turn to the right from the navel. So any twists that we do are working with the digestive tract, working to stimulate our Agni, our fire, Samavritti. So equal breath in, equal breath out. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just be present. Come back to center. Taking your right heel in towards your groin, extend the left leg out and flex your left toes for Janu Shirsasana. Turn your torso towards the left leg. Walk your hands down. If you have a strap, you can place it around the sole of the foot. If you can reach the sole, you can grab hold of it, or just lay your hands on the ground, framing your ankle or your calf, wherever you're at today. We're gonna lengthen out from the navel. Press the back of the knee, the left knee down to the ground, shoulders back behind you. Soften the chin so that there's elongation in the back of the neck through the spinal column. We'll take 5 Ujjayi breaths. Just remember that this whole practice is for you to connect to your breath, to connect to that inner space in the center of the heart, the Jiva Atman. When we connect to this breath, we start to purify the body and the mind. Walk your hands back. We're going to bend the right knee up and cross it over your left leg. So this is the first variation for Matsyendrasana, but if you can take your left heel in, you can do that as well if that's in your practice. Take your right hand back behind you, so it's like a ledge, coaxing your spine to be upright. Extend the left arm forward and wrap it around the right knee, scooping the right knee up towards the chest. Resist the urge to slouch, sit up tall, and turn the gaze back behind the right shoulder. Taking 5 deep breaths here. So again, we're in our twist, and the twists help with digestion. So we want to make that Ujjayi sound and that long breath in and a long breath out. Beautiful. Come back to center. Extend your right leg and pull the left foot into the inner groin. Extend the right leg out straight in front and point the right toes up to the ceiling. Turn the torso now towards your right leg. Walk your hands down. Maybe grab hold of your foot, shoulders back, soften your chin. Keep the right knee pasted down to the ground. Again, you can rest your hands, framing your foot here. Just try not to round the shoulders. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears and bring them back as you bring your heart forward or your chest forward. You're elongating from the navel, keeping your sits bones anchored down. Soften the chin. 5 breaths. So find that wonderful breath within yourself and allow it to move you into that present moment of bliss. Beautiful. Walk your hands back. Take your left knee up to the ceiling and then cross it over, Matsyendrasana. Again, you could pull that right heel in if that's available to you. Taking your left hand back behind you like a ledge, extend the right arm forward and wrap it around your knee, scooping it in. Resist the urge to slouch again, shoulders back, and then turn the gaze back behind the left shoulder. And take 5 Samavritti Ujjayi Pranayama breaths. Come back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. Heels come inward. Take your hands back behind you so it's almost like you're sitting on them. And this is we're gonna push down into the heel of the hand so that we can have an upright spine, shoulders slightly back, chin soft. We're gonna press the knees down towards the floor. Now, if you're not having your knees down to the floor, that's okay. I'm a little open in this area, but you can certainly, if you're feeling the hip opener like this is okay too. So we want to get those knees down if that's possible for you. Straightening the arms, soften the chin, close your eyes, and just find a deep breath here. And now maybe walk your hands forward. Dropping the chin towards the chest, shoulders back. You can bring the forearms on the ground. You can bring the hands together into Anjali Mudra if you like. Okay, walk your hands back. Bring your knees together. If you have a strap, you can take a strap. If you don't, that's okay. You can use your hands. We're going to extend the legs out in front. Sit up tall, shoulders back. As we slowly recline back onto the mat, stretch the hands above your head, lengthening from your toes to your heels, toes to fingertips. Stretch out. Good. Bring your knees into your belly, tuck your chin inward, and gently rock right and left, massaging your lower back. Drop your left foot on the ground. You're going to keep this pose if you have a tender lower back, otherwise extend the left leg out. Raise the right leg up to the ceiling. If you have a strap, you can place it around your foot. And if you don't have a strap, just interlace your fingers behind your calf, working your way up with your flexibility, keeping the chin tucked inward. Flex your foot, so the right toes point down to the forehead and your shoulders retract back onto the ground. Keep the right knee pasted down as well. Press through your heel, keep your chin tucked inward. And so we're going to take about 7 breaths here. So find your deep Ujjayi breathing. Hatha Yoga is the practice of balancing the solar and lunar energies of Agni, the fire of the purification process, through the asana yoga postures and the breathing techniques, the pranayamas, and the lunar qualities of the Hatha practice, the Soma, the sweet nectar that's felt in the Amrit, the bliss felt in the stillness after we've surrendered. Okay, we're going to bend the right knee, placing the left ankle on the right knee. Lift up the left foot. Take the right hand between your legs and interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Flex both feet, tuck your chin, take a deep inhale. Exhale and bring your left knee in. So this is a figure 4 or a reclined pigeon pose. Ika Padaraja Kapotasana. Find your deep breath. Now turn your attention towards your drishti, which is where your eyes are focused. And see if throughout all of the postures that we do today, the asanas, if you can find one spot that you can look upon. So it changes with the poses, but you want to keep the eyes focused on one spot with a soft gaze, without the eyes wandering too much. Drop your left foot down to the ground. Raise your right leg up to the ceiling. Point the right toes and lower the right leg down to the ground. Take your left knee into your body. Hug it in. Flex your feet. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring your forehead to your knee. Rest your back down. Lift the left leg up. So we'll do our leg stretches. Shoulder blades down. Flex both feet. You're pointing the toes down towards the forehead here. Tuck your chin. And this is such a lovely pose to do either first thing in the morning or before bed. You know, you're reversing the pull of gravity. You're allowing that blood flow to come back to the heart to assist with a deeper sleep. It helps with edema or any water pooling of the feet. One more deep breath here. And now bend the right knee. Rest the left ankle on the right knee. Lift the right foot up and take the left hand between your legs, interlacing the fingers behind the right thigh. Flex your feet. Press the left elbow into the left thigh. Chin is in alignment with the neck, alignment with the spine. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, pull the right knee inward. And let's take 5 deep breaths here. Following the breath in and out through the nose. Feel the belly rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. Take one more deep breath in and exhale out. Drop your right foot down and bend your left knee. So both knees are bent here. Touch your fingertips to your heels. We're going to work with our lower back for strengthening the lower back. It's a real lovely exercise to do to help that mobility. So inhale, just allow the belly to rise up. Exhale and let the belly fall. You can place your hand on your stomach if that helps. Inhale, let the belly rise. Exhale and let the belly fall. Touch your fingertips to your heels. Inhale, let the belly rise. Exhale, press the lower back down. Lift the tailbone up. Squeeze your quads and tuck the tailbone. So this is like a gentle mula bandha. Inhale, release it. The belly rises. Exhale, press the lower back down. Squeeze the seat and squeeze the quads. Inhale, release it. Exhale, press the lower back down, squeeze the seat and the quads, strengthening the lower back. Inhale, release. And just release the pose. Tuck your chin in. Lift the hips up for bridge pose, Setu Bandhu. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Keep the ankles underneath the knees and keep the knees above them so that they're not splaying out to the sides. Lift the chest up towards the chin. Find your drishti. Find that place that's not moving on the ceiling and up above you. So continue to feel the chest lift up towards the chin. Maybe take the hands out from underneath of you, palms up, pressing the thumb and the pinky finger down into the ground. Slowly unroll the spine. Bring your knees into your belly. So we're going to come up. You can do this one of 2 ways. The first way is to roll up by bringing the knees back towards the chest. The feet kind of come behind the head and just roll the body up. Or just come up any way that is comfortable for you. Anytime we do any kind of a back bend, we have to follow it with a forward bend. So it's always this balancing act of that solar and lunar qualities, that in and out or up and down. Inhale, hands out and up. Reach them out and forward. You retract the shoulder blades back. Extend from the navel forward. So if you could grab yoga toe lock, peace fingers around your big toes, you could do that, pressing through the heels. If that's not available, rest your hands framing your calves. Shoulders back, chin soften. So we're really resisting the urge to round the shoulders, to round the lower back, and we encourage that lift from the length of the navel, and then we come forward from that length. The lunar qualities of the forward bend. Good. Come back with your feet and come onto all fours. Bringing the wrists below the shoulders and the knees below the hips for cat-cow. Curl the toes. Inhale, look up, lift the seat. Exhale and slowly round. Keep the hips over the knees. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Your Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. You can come back to cat-cow at any time during class if a pose is not feeling right. You can also come into child's pose by bringing your seat back to your heels. So we'll come into this pose, resting the forehead down and bringing your hands back by your ankles or keeping them stretched out. So whichever one feels better for you. Okay. So inhale, we're gonna rise up to all fours. Keep the knees on the ground. We're gonna come into a supported up dog. So the wrists are below the shoulders, just look forward. Shoulders back, come into child's pose. So this is a moving vignette. Inhale forward, really great way to bring movement into the spine first thing in the morning or at any time during the day. And we're just gonna do this little pose a couple of times just to warm the spine up. And back. Beautiful. Inhale, come up onto your knees, hands out around above, up above your head. Exhale to your heart. Bring your right foot forward into a lunge, keeping the right knee above the right ankle. If you have blocks, you can take your blocks here. If not, bring your hands to the ground. If your wrists are bothering you, take your hands into fists with the wrists pointed inward towards each other. Move that left knee all the way back so you have extension in that left hip. This helps with sciatica. We're going to take that right hip back so that it stays in a neutral position. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, look down at the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to work with activating the muscles, purifying muscles. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to squeeze the seat, tuck the tailbone, engage the left quad. Inhale, release it. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, press into that right heel, engage your left quad. Inhale. Exhale, engage. So the tailbone tucks, we press into the right heel, the left quad engages. Inhale. Exhale. Move the hips back, come into a half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Shoulders back. If you have full Hanumanasana, you can come to that as well. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to rest the hands down the ground. Lengthen out from your navel and then fold forward. So again, if you're really tight in the hamstrings and in the calves, this pose might be a little daunting for you right now. So you might want to be up here like this until the body gets warmed up and used to it. Remember to keep that right hip back so that it's not pulling forward. 2 more breaths. Look up. Bring that right knee back. Inhale, hands out, around and up above your head. Exhale to your heart. Bring your left leg forward. So the left knee is above the left ankle. Hands to the ground, move the right knee back. Again, you could take your hands into fists if that helps. Keep the wrists underneath the shoulders. Keep your knee above your ankle, the left knee. Okay? Take that left hip slightly back. Chin and neck alignment with the spinal column. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. So we're bringing a tremendous amount of blood flow into these muscles. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Beautiful. Bring your hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Lift the left toes up to the ceiling. Shoulders back and fold forward. Connect to your deep breath. And be aware that every time you move into that genuine space of the breath, you connect to the prana, the life force that exists within you, within the universe. Ultimately, it moves us from a place of doing to a place of being. Look up, bring your left knee back. Inhale, hands out, around and up. Exhale to your heart. Take your right foot forward. We'll come into lizard pose. So move the right foot out to the outer edge. Take your hands now on the inside of the right foot, moving the left knee back. Squeeze the right knee in towards your right bicep. Expand your fingers onto the ground. Shoulders back, look between your thumbs. So this is a lovely hip opener, working with the region of the hips, the reproductive organs. Tucking the tailbone under. Again, once we tuck the tailbone, we feel that our left hip crease engages and we feel a nice stretch there. Ujjayi Pranayama. Dristi, 1 point, focus attention with your eyes. Move your left knee slightly inward. Press down into the left hand. Raise the right hand up to the ceiling. Look up at the right thumb. Take your right hand down, move your hips back, move the right knee back, walk your hands over to the right side of the mat, bring your left leg forward. Bring your right knee back and notice the release of the blood flow in that right hip. It's like this lovely warming feeling. Take the left knee and press it into the left bicep. Again, the wrists are below the shoulders, the right knee back. And now we're gonna activate this pose. By tucking the tailbone, we engage the right thigh here, pressing into the left heel. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Dristi. Exhale. Press into the right hand, raising the left hand up to the ceiling, fingers together, look up at your thumb. If you feel a little wobbly, you can always look down at the ground for balance. Deep breathing. The breath is the most important part of this yoga practice. Take your left hand down, move your left knee back. Inhale, hands out, around, and up above your head. Exhale to your heart. So now we have a lot of sensation in our hip crease. We're gonna come into our camel pose. We're gonna do a modified one, but if you have a full one in your practice, you can always come into that. Curl the toes under. We're gonna move the hips forward. Keep the knees underneath the hip bones. Tuck the tailbone under. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears and bring them back. Okay, keep your hands rested on the lower back. If you feel comfortable with doing this, you can bring your hands back. We're gonna keep the chin tucked today. But again, if you want to take it further, you can. We're going to keep the quads moving forward. Take your right hand to lower back, then the left. Come forward into child's pose. Rise up onto all fours, curl the toes under. We'll come into plank pose. So in plank pose, you're gonna take your wrist underneath the shoulders and then move your seat up into downward dog. Pedaling the right knee, then the left knee. So the seat lifts up towards the ceiling. Look forward, gently walk your feet forward to a forward bend. Take your hands to the backs of the ankles, bend your knees, so your toes are in alignment here. Slide the hands up the sides of the legs to the lower back, lift the heart up. And then release into Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, so we're gonna do Surya Namaskar, and Surya Namaskar is a sun salutation, and it's a process of, a solar process of stimulating the Agni, the digestive fire, to move the ama and the toxins out of the system and the 7 tissues and the dhatus. So bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra, inhale, hands out, around and up, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground, swan diving down, fingertips in alignment with your toes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring your right knee back onto the ground. We're gonna take our hands out, around and up, but if you need to keep them on the ground, keep them on the ground. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, knees together. We'll take a modified variation, but if you have a full vinyasa, you can do that. Lift your seat up, bring your chest to the ground, bend the elbows back. Inhale, upward dog, knees off the ground. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. If you need to pedal the knees, you can pedal the knees. You can also take a cat-cow here. Look forward, bring your right foot forward, drop your left knee. Inhale, bring your hands out, around and up. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, step your foot forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, bend your knees, bring your hands out, around and up above your head. Exhaling to your heart. We're gonna do that one more time, and just know that this is a really important part of moving any of the ama, any of the toxins out of the physical body. Inhale, hands out, around and up, look at your thumbs. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring the right knee back, drop it down. Inhale, hands out, around and up, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, hands to the ground. Stepping your left knee back. Bring your seat up to the ceiling, chest down to the ground. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, bring your right knee forward, drop the left knee down. Bring your hands out, around and up above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward to a forward bend. Inhale, bring your hands out, around and up. Exhale to your heart. Beautiful. We'll come into Virabhadrasana 1, which is Warrior 1. Taking your hands on your hips, step back with your right foot. So your right toes will come out to an angle, and you're going to keep that right hip forward. As you bring that left heel forward, bend the left knee. So again, point that right hip so it's pointed down towards the floor. Tuck the tailbone under, lengthen up through the spine, shoulders back. Maybe bring your hands up above you, fingertips together. Look straight ahead, find your drishti. 5 deep breaths. Take your hands to your heart, step forward. Take a step back with your left foot. So your hips are squared forward, bend your right knee. Maybe inch the right foot forward if you have a little bit more length. Tuck the tailbone under. You might want to bring that left toes, point them out to the side. You want to feel comfortable in this pose. You shouldn't feel any discomfort in the ankle. If you do feel discomfort in the ankle, turn it into a direction that does feel normal, that feels good. Shoulders back, hands up, look straight ahead. Keep pulling that right hip back. Beautiful, bring your hands to your heart, step forward. Okay, we're gonna come into warrior two. So let's take a step back with our right foot. I'm gonna switch sides so you can see me. The right foot is gonna be parallel to the back of the mat. The left toes are gonna point forward. Bend your left knee. Now your hips are open to the side. Take your hands up, one straight line of energy from the wrist, shoulders, chest, all the way to the other wrist. Keep your fingers together. Look forward over the front of the left middle finger as you come down a little lower. Move the tailbone forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, now just expand your fingers. Exhale, we're going to make a fist, tuck the tailbone, engage that back quad. Inhale, release, expand the fingers. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the fist, engage back quad. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Good. Bring your hands to your heart. Parallel your feet. And now take your right toes, point them open to the side. So if you need to turn yourself to face me. Open up the arms. Shoulders back, same alignment. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, expand the fingers. Exhale, squeeze, make fists, tuck the tailbone, engage your quads, engage your seat. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale. Exhale. So we're totally detoxing the muscles by doing this. By bringing that blood flow in with the squeeze and then releasing it with the exhale. Good. One more. And release. Parallel your feet. Open up the hands. So the toes are pointing forward. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, reach the torso all the way out. Relax the chin. Bring your fingertips onto the ground in alignment with your toes. Look between your knees. Bend your knees, slowly unroll the back. Take your hands out, around, and up above your head. Exhale to your heart. Heel toe or step the feet together. We're going to come into Trikonasana. So Trikonasana, try Uttita Trikonasana. Take your right foot back. Your left toes point forward. Lift the arms up. Reach forward with your left hand and take the left hand down on the inside of your knee, bringing the right thumb up. The right hip angles back. The chest, the right part of the chest angles back. Fingers together. So if you're more flexible, you can start to bring your hand down. But since we're doing a beginner's class, we're just going to keep it up here today. Deep breath. Okay, tuck the tailbone under, engage your core, and rise up. So that's important. Parallel your feet, take the right toes, point them to the side. Raise the hands up, reach forward. Bring the right hand down on the inner knee and lift up at your left hand. Shoulders back, tuck the tailbone, elongate from the navel. Drishti. Inhale, rise up. Take your hands to your heart, parallel your feet, and step together. Okay, take a deep breath. Exhale. Okay, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. All right, Nataraja. So we're going to do King Dancer pose. We're going to start out, if you have a wall near you, you can use a wall for balance in this pose. Keeping your left hand on your left hip, we're going to shift our weight into our left foot, bend the right knee, take hold of the right ankle with the right hand. Knee to knee alignment. Raise the left hand up to the ceiling. So if you're here, you can stay here, or if you want to move forward, you can let the chest come forward a little bit as you bring that knee back, the right knee back. Keep your chin lifted here for balance and your gaze neutral. Come back to center. Bring your left hand down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Good. Shift your weight into your right foot. You can keep your right hand on your hip if you like. Take your left heel and ankle up, bending the left knee. Raise the right arm up. Again, if you'd like to, bring the chest forward, the chin forward, and lift up the back foot, left foot. And come back to center. Take your hands to Anjali Mudra. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. All right, wonderful. So now we'll do another balancing pose, which is tree pose, Vrikshasana. So we'll come into a couple different levels for this. Take your weight, place it into your left foot. Bring your right heel in. Left toes point forward. Keep the left hip scooped in. And just bring the right heel to ankle. You can take your hands to your hips. And this might be it for some of you. Keep the tailbone tucked and your belly engaged. Shoulders back. Maybe bring it up to your inner calf. Resist the urge to put it on your knee. You don't want to buckle the knee. Or maybe pull it up to your inner thigh. So don't let the hand leave here until you feel comfortable with your breath again. Then maybe bring your hands to your heart or extend them up. Find your drishti. Pull the right knee back, engage the belly, tuck the tailbone, press into your left big toe. Bring your hands to your heart, bring the right knee forward and down, pedal out the knees. Place all of your weight into your right foot. Taking your left heel to right ankle, to inner calf. Find your breath, find your drishti. Maybe move it up to inner thigh. Tuck the tailbone, shoulders back. Engage your core. Engage Mula Bandha, so that's that deep-rooted Kegel muscle. Now bringing your hands back to your heart, bring your left knee forward and down, pedal out your legs. Great job, everyone. Okay, inhale, hands out and up, look up at the thumbs, Exhale, forward fold down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring your knees to the ground. Extend your feet out in front of you. So we'll come into Navasana boat pose, but we'll do modifications. We want to be on the sits bones, sitting up tall, shoulders back. We're going to keep that chest lifted, lift up the legs, and we're going to keep hold of the back of the thighs. Maybe bring the right leg up, bring it down. Left leg, down. Right, left. We're planting seeds so that the body, continue to do this, so that the body can get used to these new poses. Maybe both legs. Just planting seeds. Working the core, stimulating the power of digestion, stimulating our center. Good, relax. Soles of the feet together, hands on the ankles, Baddha Konasana. Shoulders back, reach forward from the navel. Relax the chin. Press the elbows down on the inner thighs. Inhale, rise up. Bring your knees together, extend your feet out in front. Slowly lower down to the ground. Stretch the hands above your head. Stretch from toes. Take your thumbs underneath your seat, keeping the chin. Let your feet come up to the ceiling. Now, if you have a tender lower back, you can do this with your knees bent. We're going to keep the toes pointed up, the shoulders down, and act as if you, like this entire time, you're going to press your energy through your toes as you lower the legs halfway down, keeping the lower back pressed into the floor. Engaging your core. Inhale, lift up. So this whole time, your focus is on pressing energy out through your toes. So you're lengthening the legs, resisting the urge to keep all that energy in the lower back. So we're going to do about 10 of these leg lifts. So this is a great pose for strengthening the core, stimulating the digestive tract. This is one of those really great purification poses of Agni, of the Ama. So all of these poses are meant to help bring all of the toxins to their sites for elimination. One more. And lower down. Beautiful. Rest your legs on the ground. Take your hands out. Close your eyes and take a deep breath here. Bend both knees. Open your arms out to a T shape. Lift your hips up and deposit them on the right side of the mat. Bring your knees up to your belly and drop them over to the left side into a spinal twist. Take your left hand and place it on top of the right thigh. Let both shoulders remain on the ground and look over the right shoulder. Okay, resting your back on the floor. Lift the hips up and now drop them on the left side of your mat. Bring your knees up to your belly and drop your knees to the right side. So this keeps our spine in alignment. Take your right hands on the left thigh. Look over the right shoulder, the left shoulder, excuse me. And if you'd like to close your eyes, close your eyes. Allow for all those movement of the energy All those tensions that we hold in our muscle, all the tension that we hold in our mind. Allow it to release. Bring your back onto the floor. Reposition your hips. Take the soles of the feet together into Supta Baddha Konasana, resting your hands on your belly, closing the eyes. Feeling as you breathe in, the belly rises. And as you breathe out, the belly falls. And now bringing the knees together, extend your feet out in front of you. Allow the hands to come away from the hips about a foot away and allow the ankles to separate. Wiggle the toes and now squeeze your feet, like squeeze them tight, and squeeze your seat and squeeze your legs, making the legs real tight, and then release that. Make fists with your hands and lift up the arms 1 inch off the ground. Squeeze the arms, squeeze the biceps, and then drop them. Inhale, blow up the belly like a balloon. Exhale and release. Lift your head up 1 inch off the ground. Squeeze the facial muscles, squeeze the eyes, the cheeks, the chin, the mouth. And then slowly release it down. Draw the shoulder blades under. Turn your head right. And turn your head left. Coming back to center. Shavasana is where we completely surrender to the practice. We allow the Soma, the sweet nectar, the Amrit, to run through the body, the divine energy, the elixir of life. And to gently bring your breath back in. Bring your awareness back in. Wiggle the toes and the fingers. And turn your head to the right, bending your knees. Bring your knees to the right into a fetal position. And with your eyes closed, slowly bring yourself up to a cross-legged meditative seat or comfortable seat. Resting your thumbs, your hands on your knees, thumbs and pointer fingers together. Sitting up tall, shoulders back, face soft, chin soft, the eyes soft. Just bring a gentle breath in and out. For about a minute, we're going to do a mantra called So Hum. And it is a balancing of those solar and lunar energies. Breathing in your mind, saying so. And when you breathe out, reciting the mantra, hum. So hum. Breathing in the sweet nectar. Releasing. So hum. Bowing your chin to your chest, press the right hand on the heart and blanket it with the left hand. And we're going to repeat a mantra together. So I'll say the first verse, and if you could just repeat it in your mind. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be filled with love and kindness. And now imagine the faces of your loved ones. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be filled with love and kindness. And for all the healers, doctors, nurses, all the sick and suffering, may you be happy. May you be healthy.